Hello, welcome to the First Lady Point of View Show, everyone. I'm your host, the First Lady Felicia K. This is where you can expect culture, music, news, reviews, fashion, and exclusive interviews. So stick around, we got an exclusive coming up for you right after this.
It's the First Lady Point of View. First Lady Point of View. It's the First Lady Point of View.
Welcome back to the show. Today we're going to be talking about GTA with its founders, CEOs, none other than Griggs and Marvin Mitch. Marvin Mitchell Jr. I got to remember, we're going by the grown man right now. They're former guests to the show, and this is a follow-up. We're doing a part 2, so we're going to get right into it. How you doing, Vaughn?
I'm doing good.
How you doing, Marvin?
I'm doing great.
All right, tell everybody where you from.
Sacramento, California.
Sacramento, California.
All right, now, what made you two click up and start your movement, and what is the name of your movement, and what does it do?
GTA, Gang Tragedy Awareness. And as Mitch say, if you can recycle a can, you can recycle a man. And we've been recycled.
Okay.
You know, we've renewed our thinking. We've taken a lot of information. Another thing I tell him, it's like where a lot of people are today, they're like iPhone 6. We sat for decades in jail and been taking in information. So we're like iPhone 13. So we just took up so much.
Okay,
and now
I like
we're coming
that.
out with it.
Okay, and so what do you plan to do with the movement that you guys have? Is it strictly for the youth, targeting? I noticed that seems to be the lane where you're going in. Is that because that's when you guys got in trouble and your life changed forever? So you felt like that's the impressionable time to get
That's
in?
That's the primary target, but it's not. GTA will do anything that it needs to do. In the moment, we're about helping people.
Okay.
Playing flat. We're about helping people. We're about helping change mindsets, helping people get to their authenticity. That's my whole thing, is if you can become authentic, anything that you're looking for will come to you with the force of gravity.
Okay. So you guys started this movement because of a circumstance that both of you guys experienced that led you to spending half of your adult life. Well, for you, both of you really.
Over half.
Yeah. Over half of your adult life, because you guys were both
Kids.
when you went in to prison. We got 32 years.
26 and a half.
26 and a half, almost 27 years. You put that together, the average black man won't live that long.
Yeah.
You know, so when you talk about that, and you guys got out, and first of all, I want to say you kings do look good, healthy,
Appreciate it.
and your head seems to be on straight. And so I want to salute that. I want to acknowledge that.
Appreciate it.
But I also want to talk about what led you to make the decision that you made to end up in prison for 32 years. What was it? A circumstance situation, a survival situation, or a in the now? I didn't think it through. I was there. It happened.
For me back then, my thinking, it was a gang mentality.
Okay.
And I stayed pushing on my status.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep adding on to my status. I'm
Okay,
gonna keep adding on to my
transparency.
reputation.
Okay, transparency.
At the same time, it's, back then, still to this day, I live my life off demonstrating who I am.
Okay.
So I was demonstrating in a negative way. I was being a liability to my community. But now I demonstrate in a positive way. And I'm here to be an asset to my community. So I've changed the dynamic, but it was my mentality, gang mentality, instant gratification, the praise, the validation, all the negative things on just normalizing violence and thinking that's something great, and stay pushing that. Be an example. I ain't got a problem being violent, but that's what was the problem.
Yeah.
And one thing he ain't gonna say here, but I know we had a at-length conversation about how he's one of the founders of the Meadowview Bloods, and we look back and seen how many lives was affected by that and the gravity of it hitting, and just to be there and experience that,
That's interesting.
You know what it means because you're where we from.
I'm first generation with him. We are peers.
Right.
Literally
peers, and I come up under y'all.
You came up under us. Yes,
so the thing is that we looked at that through a microscope and able to really acknowledge what took place in his wake to decide to create something that ended up affecting so many people.
You know what? But it still go back. Look what you just said. It's go hand in hand with something that you and I spoke about how every time I talk to you, I could tell that you were remorseful for the act that landed you in prison, which was you were charged with what?
Murder, first degree
murder. Okay. And whenever you mention your victim, it's almost like it just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
It's not an instant gratification where you like, I murked somebody. I ended up in prison. It is what it is. They know not to play with me, right?
Right.
That's not your energy.
That's
you
not
still
my
are remorseful to this day, right? And it goes back here. You see, where you just said that when that sinks in, right? When that sinks in with you, that bothers you to your soul.
Yeah.
That you were a founding member of something that shifted the whole dynamic. Because I'm going to be honest. Every time y'all on here, they do this, right? So y'all don't hold me. These people be learning stuff about me, finding out stuff about me when y'all come to the show. That they ain't had no business knowing, but we're going to get into it. You know, I think about when we first started, right? Meadowview having our own section. It wasn't even, you know, it was, if you had people claiming blood, it was Oak Park and different areas. Well, and that's kind of what made Oak Park and Meadowview be rivals, right? Because it was this thing of, we don't got to click up with y'all, you know?
Right.
We'll do our own thing.
Right.
You know, but then you fast forward to all these years later, that still can be a hindrance.
Right.
Because, and sometimes you got to just put it out there just so people can learn from it. Because I eat it too right now. Because I got people that I would love to have sit down here. And the first thing that come to their mind when they see me or talk to me is, I would do it, but, you know, so-and-so and so, and, you know, we Oak Park. I'm like, I'm almost 50 though.
Right,
like, that's where you at with it?
Right. And
they was all like, yeah, but so-and-so and so told me that back in the day, you know, and so you do got to understand, that's what I want people to get. It's going to be some consequences to it in the end. Yeah. You know, you might not end up in prison. You might not end up losing your life, but it will affect your life.
Right.
I don't care who you are or where you're from. When you click up in that way, later on, it's going to affect you. So you got to figure out what you're going to do with it to make it better. So that's why this is a good thing that you guys are doing this, and hopefully it'll reach some teenagers that's on that cuff. And I know we've talked about how a lot of rappers want to claim gangs just because their favorite rapper might have been in a gang.
Right.
But see, your favorite rapper might have been somebody like us that was from an area that was infested with gangs. So that's really their life activity.
Right.
And then once you go to click it up and you go have a concert in a neighborhood, them people on that block that you possessing something that they don't got, that's really stuck in that, catch you getting in and out of car, boom.
But I could tell you something that really about rap music that really changed my whole perspective is when I heard the district attorney play my album in the courtroom.
Talk about it.
When I'm hearing the lyrics that's coming out of my own mouth, but I'm hearing it through the jury, I knew off top, the trial had just started, I knew off top,
said you over.
I'm washed.
Okay.
And I'm saying I had to learn how to be responsible for everything that's coming out of my mouth, because everything that comes out of your mouth has power. Yeah. Your thoughts, your words, and your actions, when they lined up, it can nothing be against you, whether you're consciously doing it or you're unconsciously doing it.
Got to check yourself. Von, you quiet though, normally. But you are what we called silent but deadly. You are a man of few words, but you are a man of a lot of power and respect. So do you plan to use that but in reverse, in a positive way with these children that you're trying to mentor. Teach them about silence can be golden and moving accordingly.
Definitely.
Okay.
You got to see that me and Marvin, we just came back from facing the consequences of the thinking young dudes have now.
Yeah.
And the reasoning behind their thinking. We've suffered all the consequences. And you might watch something on Instagram, Facebook, see dudes in prison with cell phones and drugs or whatever, but it ain't always that in prison. It's loneliness, it's depression. You know, it's you're gonna do whatever it's gonna take to survive, especially like one time my thinking was, if anybody's ever gonna get sent home in a pine box from prison, it's gonna be the next dude. That was keeping me in prison, because I had that type of mentality.
Okay.
And
Survival.
I had to change that. But you gonna be thinking in ways like that. You got to survive, and you think, I wanna get home to mom, I wanna go home to my family. But if you wouldn't have been acting the way you've been acting or got to doing the things you was doing, you wouldn't have to be in that position to be thinking that way.
Yeah.
And there's like times of me being in prison, I'm mad at my community or my homies because I ain't getting mail or they ain't sending money, and I got jacked up thoughts on them.
Yeah.
But even I had to learn that,
Responsibility.
yeah, I'm responsible for where my life is at. And if I wouldn't have made choices that I made, they wouldn't be in a position where they still living life and enjoying it, and I wouldn't be expecting these unrealistic expectations of send me mail all the time, send me pictures all the time. But I put myself in that position, and I take accountability that I wouldn't even be feeling like that if I wouldn't be here, because I took John Hampton's life
Right.
being ignorant.
Yeah. Well, you're trying to make it right now. You can never bring him
Definitely.
back, but you could probably stop the next young man from going over the edge and making that split-second decision that will alter the rest of his life. But you know, the perspective is this. Now, it's such a wicked time to where you don't even got to be in a gang to get knocked down by a gang member no more. That's weird.
It's even more
Jackers
reckless
ain't
now.
just jacking for necklaces and watches no more. They're jacking for lives, just for no reason.
On the
You
strength.
could give them everything,
Yeah.
right? I'm not your enemy. We not from rival gangs. You gave me the wallet. You gave me the watch, and they still kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Killing is a business of entertainment now.
Exactly. So, you know, it's kind of like, and they'll put that on gangs too, like, because it's convenient, but we all know it's a bigger thing. We could get into a whole nother, I guess we'll do that. That's some stuff I'll talk about with Barry. Because, you know, he going to hold them accountable,
Right.
the ones outside of us,
Right.
you know, our community. He going to hold them accountable. He going to press that line. I ain't that tough yet.
Right.
I could only hope to be one day to where I could just, you know, feel like, okay, this is what it is and I'm gonna say this. But, you know, I commend you guys for being bold enough to just get out here and say, look, this is what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna try my best to get these kids to understand that it ain't pretty in the end where you're going with this. If you're thinking it, get it out your mind. Because it's not pretty. One way or the other, you won't win. Whether you go to jail or you end up dead yourself, or sometimes neither one might happen, but your family member might get crossed up. They might catch your auntie slipping, coming out the store, and like, that's even better.
Right.
I know he close with Big Ma. I'm gonna knock her down and let him live with that. You know, so it's so many layers. We could really like peel this back. Like, it's so many layers to the whole situation. So you guys got a hard job ahead of you. But hopefully with other community leaders that's out here doing this, you guys could, you know, cross network and figure out solutions and just kind of like not just hold the youth accountable, but hold the community accountable as well.
And
All
guys are
right,
edge.
so there it is right there. You guys, we got a break coming up. We'll be right back after this, and we're gonna get ready to close it up. But yeah, come right back. We're gonna talk about it a little bit more.
First lady point of view.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. It's almost that time, man. It goes by so quick. But we're going to get into, I want to ask Vaughn really quick, what is your target core? Where you want to, who do you want this to reach the most outside of the kids, and who do you want to work with the most outside of the kids?
Well, I just want to work with everybody that's willing to work in the spirit of cooperation to better things in our communities.
Okay.
Meadowview, Oak Park, Del Paso Heights, Rancho Cordova. Whoever's willing to work in the spirit of cooperation, be with that.
Okay.
You know, not on no egotistical or our program is better than your program. It's like where we can work together with our resources. Let's improve things in our community. Let's improve things for Sacramento.
So are you guys trying to like help the kids get like, is this more like for a mental component, a mental release, like with the being a part of what you guys got going on, or are we helping them get jobs, counseling, like where you guys want to go with it? Like, or just I'm the big homie, tell me what you feeling, venting to me, keep you from picking up a gun and going to kill the person that you feel like is getting up under your skin. What do you feel?
Everything from financial literacy.
Okay.
Everything from
Emotional
being
intelligence.
charitable, emotional intelligence, emotional literacy. We are really pushing that hard. We're really pushing getting to yourself, learning who you are. Insight, hindsight, and foresight. We into all of that.
Okay.
So that's our whole push, is to get people to master themselves and understand who they are and unlock their power and do it in a way where you can still be fly in everything that you're doing, but we're just going to teach you the right way to do it.
Okay. Okay. What you just said about the intelligence, how did you word that? Do that again.
Emotional intelligence. We want to teach them emotional intelligence.
Like that, yeah. I want you to elaborate on that.
Well, it's when you're dealing with people, everybody got emotions, everybody got feelings, but you deal with them in a way where you're not being harmful towards their emotions, their feelings, or yourself, no matter how you respond to them. That's like something I like. In the word responsibility, you got two words, response and ability.
Okay.
And in life, you got to have a good response ability. And we
Okay.
want to teach youngsters and people how to have a good response ability to life situations, to people, to their family, to their friends, and just be a responsible person.
Considerate.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm here for it. So now, this right here, the transition, like getting back into the groove of being out here. Would you say it's been difficult trying to like figure it out, like, because it's different? Would you say it's been different for you, or did you just kind of come out and say it is what it is? I watched enough TV in there. I kind of see where they at with it, or is it still a process, like trying to just kind of figure out like where you fit in? I mean, I know we're not trying to fit in the sense of with groups, but as far as outside of this, what do I need to be doing? Has it been that for you?
It ain't been difficult at all.
I know.
It's been nothing but a blessing, and I'm just walking with life.
Okay, there you go.
I ain't in no rush about nothing.
Okay.
I done got out, got my license, working at the union, working for the union, but I'm about to stop working for the union, get to working for Pastor Les
Okay.
with Motivation for Life, because this is what I really want
It
to
still
do.
all go together. There it is. What about you?
For me, I've contemplated my release for a long time, so I was prepared. That's the best blessing that God gave me, was preparation, and I got a 401k. I got good health benefits. So
You be shining
I'm
too.
doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I everything that I said in my mind and I visualized it, and that's what I'm trying to show other people, man. If you put it here, it can your dreams and your thoughts can live outside of your head. And they don't just have to be dreams and thoughts; they can be actualized.
But a lot of that is, I think a lot of it is blessings too, because I feel like God know people heart in your spirit, right? And He know when people is lip service, right? And I think you get, He blesses you accordingly, or not, right? All of that, what you got going, all of those things is great, but that's not gonna happen for everybody that get out. Right? And they might say the same thing, but that could be because the heart ain't in the right place. And see, you can fool the people,
Some of the
but
time.
you can't fool the maker, none of the time.
Right, none of the time.
So just keep fighting a good fight, man, because I'm telling you, it's being noted, but what you guys do got to understand, though, is this. Y'all know I always say this, and I said at the end of all shows, though, is keep giving back, because, to whom much is given, much is required. And the moment you start getting, comfortable, like, I did that, now it's that, it'll start slowing up. And if it's your calling, which I know it to be, you got to just stay on the gas. It ain't gonna always be pretty. We in a different day and age. Y'all know they rebellious. Some of the stuff that they do nowadays, we could get away with it. Like not with adults. Like we had to take it out on our peers.
Right.
Because the next door neighbor could serve you too back in our day if you was doing too much. So I'm just happy to see you guys out and doing well and fighting a good fight. And as far as your families, I know you real close with your mom, and I know you married, and I know you got your sisters, and you got a good core, outside of the hood, and you as well, and that's important. So, what would you tell the people that don't have that, though, Von?
Well, there's resources out here to put together a good support network. You just got to get to finding those resources.
Okay.
And there's people that got that information for people, but a lot of people don't look for it.
Okay. So how would you say that they could go about looking for it?
It's through conversation, through whoever they cool with.
Openness.
Somebody gonna know, huh?
Yeah, somebody
Keep
gonna point you in a
asking, or
different
somebody
direction.
gonna say, let me ask somebody, huh?
We ain't hard to find.
Yeah.
We'll point you in the right direction. And the thing is also, it's just about, I used to always complain when I was in the penitentiary about what wasn't right? And someone told me, used to always tell me, say, man, you're doing better than you think you are, even when you're at your worst, So for people that seem not to have the blessings that I have, they may have other blessings that I don't have.
Right.
And I'm sure that they do, because God don't miss nobody. You get as many blessings as you can recognize. That's what God. When I wake up in the morning, I'm breathing. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning, I can see straight. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
And everything else. Your intentions is everything.
Yeah.
So.
Watch the energy you invite to.
Yes.
Yeah, because that, sometimes you got to get to a point where you realize that I was part of the problem too, because either I contributed, meaning I did this, right, or I invited energy that I knew was bad, but in the back of my mind, I low-key wanted to play with that, but I let it come in because now I got an excuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we all do it
Yeah.
at some point in life. We all did it, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to
an excuse not to be great.
Right. Don't run from your greatness.
Yeah, don't
there
run
it is,
from
right
it.
there,
Don't
right.
run
I'm
from
such a late bloomer in my greatness
Man,
because
we all are.
so busy,
Yeah, we all are.
just having up unnecessary guards coming back from what
But you're great right now
thank you.
in the present.
Thank you. I
That's right.
appreciate
That's
it,
right.
man. Y'all know
One
I
last
always
thing.
get.
Can I say one last thing?
Y'all can't come back.
Can I
y'all
say
always
one,
do that.
Can I say one last thing?
Yeah.
I have a friend who lost her son 365 days ago today, Rosita Molina, and I just want to send my blessings and love to her and her son, Isaiah Molina.
Okay.
I just wanted to know that I was thinking about her
All
and my own son's mom, who, man, made sure that our relationship stayed tight. She's always been there. She's always been there. Yeah, LaToya Bowman. Yeah,
so we want to send our condolences from the show as well. And, I don't know, like I said, every time towards the end, I'll be ready for y'all to go. Because, I can't be letting out the soft side on these networks.
Go ahead.
And y'all get the tear every time.
Right.
But, it is what it is.
Love.
It
love.
is, man, and it's genuine. And
Yeah.
I want you to tell everybody how they can reach you on social platforms and get involved with the network, and then we'll pitch to you as well, Mark. But go ahead, Von. Tell everybody all your platforms where they could contact you and all that good stuff.
Von Griggs, Facebook. Von Griggs, Instagram.
Okay.
Savon Griggs at gmail.com.
Okay. That's what's up.
Marvin Mitchell at Instagram, Marvin Mitchell at Facebook, and also GTA have its own website within the next 2 weeks.
Okay, that's what's up.
And
I
I'll
love
tap
to
back
see
in.
it.
Yeah.
I love to see it. So just keep fighting a good fight, you guys. And I'm just happy that we was able to be on the ground floor with the GTA and get to bring it to the world and talk about it. And I just want to see you guys just flourish with it and keep mentoring the youth and letting them know it's another route. And that GTA stands for Gang Tragedy Awareness. Meaning it is a tragedy in the end, okay? No matter how you slice it, ladies and gentlemen. They say nobody wins when the family feuds. Well, same thing. You know, at the end of the day, it's going to be broken hearts. It's going to be mama's crying, daddy's crying, grandma's crying, auntie's crying, sisters, brothers, all of that. We have to think about that when we make these decisions in life. Been there, done that. And I'll be accountable for you don't realize at the time how it's affecting other people's family and yours. See, and we want to be mindful of that, you know, because see why in the time when we making bad decisions, it feel right. Your mom is somewhere crying.
Listen.
She was raised better than that.
Listen.
She's smart. She don't got that to do. Or, oh my God, my grandma, she just, why she doing, you know?
Right.
You gotta think about all of that. And if you don't care about nothing else, even yourself, think about the people that love you the most and what you're putting out into the atmosphere. And I appreciate you guys for being transparent with me and doing that. You didn't have to do it, and you do. And you come with the energy that people love to see and the positivity and the vibes. And it makes people want to reach out to you. It makes the young people want to reach out. Because who better to talk to than somebody that's been through it? I don't want nobody to tell me something that they ain't lived. I mean, it sounds good, right? You can't, you know, I always say, you know, you can learn from anybody, right? But it's great when you can learn from somebody that's experienced it. And they could tell you, look, I did it because it is me. I did it because it was what was around me at the time, and it was a fear component. Once it started getting bigger than life, it was kind of like, if you don't click up, then the opposite people gonna know you're not clicked up, and then you're gonna be a target. It's like, where you gonna go? We go to the same schools, we do this, and so you know, it's so many layers to this topic, and we know it. It's so many reasons why people do it.
Do what they do.
And we want to reach all of those components. And y'all are off to a good start. And I'm just really, really looking forward to seeing it flourish and having you guys back on the show. So, you guys, that's it, man. It's over for this segment, but I guarantee you they'll be back on season 2, embarrassing the kid, making me cry and all that good stuff. But it is what it is, man. You gotta, you know, sometimes it's okay to just, you know, be authentic and transparent, because that might change somebody that's sitting up like, oh, wait a minute. They didn't think it was okay, but it is. But y'all ain't gonna get that out of me all the time. Y'all know that, right? Man, we're gonna wrap it up right there. So make sure you guys check for them. They're gonna be on the show real soon. Again, probably season 2. Because I know you told me you got a, well, can I say that right now?
You can say whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna just put that out there. You guys heard it here first. There's a female component to this that's gonna be coming to the table with the female perspective of the whole gang culture back in the day and how it affected, you know. So yeah, you want to get into that, because trust me, sometimes women are more deadly than men because we are smarter. Just kidding. Don't y'all come for me. Don't y'all come for me, man. I love you all for watching the show and taking a ride with me. We're going to do it all over again real soon. But until then, like I tell you all the time, reach back for those that are coming up behind you. Pay homage to those who did it before you. It's free. You'll feel good about yourself. I promise you will. It's easy. And then until next time, peace, one love. May God bless your hustle. We out of here.
First lady point of view. First lady point of view. You tuned in. It's the first lady point of view. First lady point of view. Culture, music, news, reviews. You tuned in. It's the first lady point of view. You tuned in. First lady point of view. It's the first lady point of view. Tapped in, yeah, we always on time. First lady Felicia K on the line. Wanna know what's poppin'? Tap in for the scoop. On all the hot topics. The latest fashion, new music reviews. The hottest artists and exclusive interviews. You came to the right spot. First lady on deck, keep it locked. Keep it locked. Keep it locked. Tuned in. The first lady point of view. First lady point of view. You tuned in. It's the first lady point of view. First lady point of view. Culture, music, news, reviews. You tuned in. It's the first lady point of view.